Today I'm going to show you how to make this Christmas tree that I added to my layout. I'm going to show you first how to color the seam binding ribbon using the PowderPuff Chalking Inks, and then the second part of the video is going to show you how we put it all together. PowderPuff Chalking Ink makes coloring ribbon so easy. I had some cream colored seam binding in my collection of scrapbooking supplies, and I didn't have green, which is really what I needed for the project I'm working on. So I decided I was going to use my PowderPuff Chalking Ink to color the neutral colored ribbon into the color that I wanted. Let me show you how simple this is. I've already started the process. I'm going to slide these ribbons out of the way and we're going to work on this one. I'm using Green with Envy, and all I'm going to do is turn it upside down and apply it directly on top of the seam binding. I'm going to work from both sides. Now you'll notice this color is a lot lighter than the other two. That's because I did those with 2 coats of the PowderPuff Chalking Ink, and I also wanted to add a little texture to make my tree a little more interesting. So I put a paper towel underneath, and the paper towel has texture to it. So when I push down on the ribbon, you'll see that some of that texture starts to show through, which is perfect for what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and put another coat on here. Whoops, got that kind of thick, but that's okay. And there's the next ribbon. And I'm going to continue this all the way through until I have all the ribbons for my tree completed. After I let the ribbon sit for a few minutes to dry, to let the ink dry, I started to put some string through it to bunch it together to make my tree. And I'm going to show you quickly how I do that. It's a quick process. I have some embroidery floss here, and I tied a knot at the end. And I'm going to start from underneath the piece of ribbon I'm working on. And I'm going to pull that through gently. And I'm going to take and just go back and forth with big loose stitches all the way across my piece of ribbon, or in this case seam binding. Doesn't have to be perfect, stitches don't have to be exact, but when I get to the other side I want to make sure I finish going down so I can put the knot underneath that I'm going to have. And I'm going to pull that string through. Now I'm going to take and start at this end, and I'm going to work it across the piece of thread I have here to make sure that I'm getting a nice little bunching on it. I don't want to spread it out too far. I don't want to have it bunched up too much. You just kind of work your way across till you get what you want. And by having these in the order I plan on using them makes it easier too, because this is the bottom of my tree. This will be the next layer. And all I'll do is tie a knot at the end and cut that off, and then I'll get ready to bunch the next one. And when I'm all done, I'll have my tree put together. Now that I have all the ribbons stitched and it's scrunched just the way I want it, I'm going to adhere it to my layout. And this is super easy. Just take your ribbon, lay one end on top of a glue dot, and then take the opposite end, lay it on top of the glue dot, and you're going to adhere it to your layout where you want it. And I will continue this all the way down until I have my tree all put in place, and then I'll put the final pieces on my layout. And once I had my tree all done, I added a few ornaments to it, added the photos, some lettering, a few more embellishments, and my layout was complete.